Every day, I share another story from the Golden Age and the moments that shaped an unforgettable era. If you'd like to keep these memories alive with me, hit subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it means a lot. Thank you for being here. Now let's begin. At 91, Sophia Loren is finally speaking up about Cary Grant, and the timing has everyone paying attention. Born Sophia Ciccoloni on September 20th, 1934 in Rome, Italy, she was raised mainly in Pozzuoli near Naples, far from glamour or comfort. Her childhood was rough in every sense. Italy was still broken by war, and young Sophia grew up surrounded by bombings, hunger, and nonstop fear. As a child, she was badly malnourished and cruelly nicknamed stuzzicadenti, meaning toothpick, because of her thin frame. Those painful years shaped her toughness and gave her a deep understanding of everyday struggle. That raw empathy later became one of her greatest strengths on screen, giving her performances a real lived-in feel that audiences couldn't ignore. Her mother, Romilda Villani, played a huge role in her rise. A woman who once dreamed of acting herself, Romilda saw something special in her daughter and pushed her toward beauty pageants as a way out of poverty. It wasn't about fame at first, it was about survival and opportunity. In 1950, Sophia entered the Miss Italia contest. She didn't win, but her face, presence, and confidence turned heads immediately. That moment changed everything. Around that time, film producer Carlo Ponti noticed her potential. He didn't just see beauty, he saw star power. Ponti became her mentor and later the great love of her life, guiding her through the brutal film industry. Under his direction, Sophia became Sophia Loren, a name that would soon shake international cinema. Ponti helped refine her image, pushed her into acting lessons, and picked roles that showed depth, not just looks. And it worked. Sophia proved fast that she wasn't just another pretty face. In the 1950s, she became a major force in Italian neorealist cinema, working with top-tier directors like Vittorio De Sica. Together, they created performances that still hit hard decades later. Her role in Two Women in 1960 was a total gut punch. She played a mother trying to protect her child during wartime Italy, stripped of glamour and exposed to pure fear, grief, and strength. The performance was so real, it shook Hollywood. Sophia Loren made history by becoming the first actor to win an Academy Award for a foreign language performance, opening doors for global cinema in a major way. While the world watched, Sophia took over Hollywood without losing her Italian soul. She worked alongside legends like Marcello Mastroianni, Cary Grant, Clark Gable, Frank Sinatra, Marlon Brando, and Paul Newman. Her on-screen chemistry with Mastroianni was electric and unforgettable, leading to classics like Marriage Italian Style, Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, and A Special Day. Those films mixed humor, emotion, desire, and social truth in a way few actors could pull off. Sophia Loren became known as one of the most versatile actresses of her time, switching from comedy to heartbreak without missing a beat. Awards followed fast. Multiple Golden Globes, a Grammy, a BAFTA, an honorary Oscar, and honors from all over the world. But her real power went deeper than trophies. Sophia stayed true to herself in an industry obsessed with control. She owned her curves, her accent, her age, and her roots with zero apology. She showed the world that confidence and vulnerability can live side by side. By the early 1980s, already locked in as a living legend, Sophia Loren made a bold and personal choice. She stepped back from nonstop filmmaking, choosing her life on her own terms after decades of giving everything to the screen. Instead of chasing nonstop screen time, Sophia Loren made a bold move. She stepped back on purpose, choosing fewer projects so that every appearance felt special. That decision only made her more powerful. Her absence created demand, and her returns to the screen became must-see moments people waited for with real excitement. When she showed up again, it was never quiet or forgettable. She came back with confidence, control, and undeniable elegance. In Robert Altman's Prêt-à-Porter in 1994, she delivered a sharp and playful performance that honored classic European glamour while standing tall beside modern stars. She didn't fade into the background, she owned the screen. Then, in 1995, she surprised Hollywood again in Grumpier Old Men, winning over a whole new audience with her humor, warmth, and effortless charm. Her presence proved one thing loud and clear: real star power does not expire. Even decades into her career, Sophia kept raising the bar. Her role in the musical film 9 in 2009 reminded the world that her influence was still global and commanding. And then came The Life Ahead in 2020, a deeply emotional performance that hit audiences hard. It was quiet, raw, and human, earning worldwide praise and showing that her emotional depth had only grown stronger with time. Behind the fame, Sophia Loren's personal life was just as dramatic. Her marriage to Carlo Ponti Sr. remains one of the most complex and talked about love stories in cinema history. It was filled with devotion, sacrifice, controversy, and loyalty that lasted more than 50 years. Their bond survived legal chaos, public judgment, and years of forced separation. Carlo Ponti Sr., a powerful Italian film producer, was nearly 22 years older than Sophia Loren. He entered her life very early in her career, when she was a young woman coming from extreme poverty in post-war Italy, still finding her footing in a harsh world. Ponti immediately saw more than beauty. He recognized her intelligence, discipline, and rare screen presence. He became her mentor, guiding her career with precision and care. Ponti helped shape her acting skills, her public image, and even her professional name, transforming Sophia Loren into Sophia Loren, a figure built for international stardom. Their professional bond slowly grew into a deep and serious romantic relationship. But from the start, their love faced serious barriers. Ponti was legally married to Giuliana Fiastri, and at the time, Italian law did not allow divorce. Despite this, Loren and Ponti believed in their commitment and married in 1957, convinced their union was valid. That decision sparked massive controversy. In deeply Catholic Italy, authorities ruled the marriage invalid and labeled it bigamous. The situation turned dangerous, with real threats of criminal charges hanging over them. Under intense pressure, their marriage was annulled in 1962, forcing them to separate legally even though their emotional bond never broke. This period was heartbreaking for Sophia Loren. While her career was exploding worldwide, including her historic Oscar win for Two Women in 1960, her personal life was filled with silence and longing. She later spoke about the pain of living in secrecy, unable to publicly acknowledge the man she loved, carrying that emotional weight behind her glamorous image. Despite the chaos their connection endured, it was a love shaped by time, struggle, and sacrifice, proving that even legends pay a heavy price for the lives they live off-screen. After years of legal pain and forced distance, fate finally shifted in Sophia Loren and Carlo Ponti's favor. In the late 1960s, Ponti was finally able to secure a divorce by changing his legal status outside Italy, clearing the path for what they had waited years to make right. In 1966, Sophia Loren and Carlo Ponti remarried, this time legally and without fear. It was a quiet victory after years of pressure, rumors, and heartbreak. For Sophia, this moment was more than paperwork. It meant freedom, peace, and the right to live openly with the man she had loved for decades. After years of secrecy, she could finally stop hiding. The relief was real, and so was the joy. Their marriage became a symbol of loyalty that survived everything the world threw at them. Not long after, Sophia Loren made another deeply personal choice. She stepped back even further from Hollywood to focus on something she had long been told might never happen: motherhood. After experiencing multiple miscarriages, she endured long periods of bed rest and medical fear. Doctors warned her constantly, but she refused to give up. Her strength off-screen matched the strength audiences admired on-screen. In 1968, she gave birth to her first son, Carlo Ponti Jr., and in 1973, her second son, Eduardo Ponti, was born. These moments changed her life completely. Sophia often said motherhood grounded her, giving her a sense of purpose no award ever could. She protected her children fiercely, keeping them away from media chaos and raising them with strong values and discipline. While building her family, the rumors never fully stopped. One name that continued to follow her for decades was Cary Grant. The public had long whispered about their close bond during the filming of Houseboat in 1958. Grant himself once openly admitted his feelings, and people never forgot it. Years later, Sophia finally addressed it with calm honesty. She acknowledged the connection, but made it clear that timing and loyalty mattered. She chose stability, commitment, and family over temptation. That choice spoke volumes about her character. She never fed the gossip, never chased drama, and never rewrote history to please the public. As time passed, Sophia Loren became more than a movie star. She became a symbol of dignity, resilience, and self-respect. She aged on her own terms, refusing to disappear or pretend to be someone else. Her presence remained powerful because it was real, not manufactured. Even in later years, she spoke openly about love, loss, and sacrifice. She made it clear that success always comes with a price, and hers was paid quietly behind the scenes. Fame gave her a voice, but discipline gave her peace. Sophia Loren's story is not just about cinema. It's about endurance, loyalty, and choosing what truly matters when the spotlight fades. Every chapter of her life added another layer to her legend, making her not just admired, but deeply respected. And even now, decades later, her name still commands attention. Not because of scandal alone, but because of the strength it took to survive it all and keep moving forward with grace, fire, and zero regret. For years, Sophia Loren and Carlo Ponti were forced to live mostly apart, staying connected through private conversations and quiet promises while the world judged them loudly. The pressure was nonstop and the scrutiny was heavy, but their bond didn't crack. Everything changed when Carlo Ponti obtained French citizenship, a move that finally allowed him to legally divorce his first wife under French law. That single shift removed the wall that had blocked their life together for so long. With the legal barriers gone, Sophia Loren and Carlo Ponti Sr. reunited openly and without fear. In 1966, they married again, this time legally and without scandal hanging over their heads. That second wedding wasn't flashy, but it meant everything. It marked the start of peace, stability, and freedom after years of stress and silence. At last, they were free to live as husband and wife. They stepped away from the chaos and settled into a calmer, more private family life, far from gossip and public judgment. The drama faded, and what remained was a real partnership built on trust and patience. Together, Sophia and Carlo built the family she had always wanted. They welcomed two sons, Carlo Ponti Jr. and Eduardo Ponti. Both later followed creative paths of their own, one becoming an orchestra conductor and the other a filmmaker. Sophia often spoke about how motherhood changed her completely, grounding her in ways fame never could. Despite global success and nonstop praise, Sophia Loren described herself as traditional at heart. Family always came first. Carlo Ponti Sr. gave her emotional stability during years of intense pressure, constant travel, and Hollywood expectations that never slowed down. He wasn't just her husband, he was her protector and closest advisor. Their marriage lasted through massive changes in the film industry, shifting public tastes and the everyday challenges that come with time. While careers rose and trends faded, their bond stayed solid. That kind of endurance wasn't loud, but it was powerful. As Ponti's health declined later in life, Sophia stayed by his side with the same loyalty she had shown from the very beginning. She didn't disappear when things got hard. Their marriage lasted until Carlo Ponti Sr.'s death in 2007, closing the chapter on one of cinema's most enduring love stories. Sophia Loren has often said Ponti was the great love of her life. She described their relationship as one built on respect, patience, sacrifice, and deep emotional understanding. Even after his passing, she continued to honor his memory, openly crediting him as the man who shaped her life, both personally and professionally. In the story of Sophia Loren's life, her marriage to Carlo Ponti Sr. isn't just a detail, it's a defining force, a clear example of love surviving judgment, obstacles, and time itself. Now at 91, Sophia Loren looks back on her extraordinary life with clarity and calm confidence. Among all the legendary figures she encountered during Hollywood's golden age, one name still carries a different kind of emotional weight: Cary Grant. For decades, Sophia rarely spoke in detail about their connection. She let rumors, whispers, and half-told stories float around what many called one of Hollywood's great almost romances. She didn't rush to correct the record or feed the noise. Now, speaking with the authority of time and experience, she has chosen to open up. Not to stir drama, but to honor the past honestly and with warmth. Sophia Loren met Cary Grant in the late 1950s, when she was still a young Italian actress finding her footing in the intimidating world of Hollywood. From the moment Sophia Loren met Cary Grant, the energy was undeniable. It happened during the late 1950s, when Hollywood was still intimidating and tightly controlled. Sophia was young, new to the system, and learning how to survive among powerful names. Cary Grant, already a massive star, stood out immediately with his charm, discipline, and sharp intelligence. Their connection deepened while working together on Houseboat in 1958. On set, people noticed the closeness right away. The laughter felt real, the looks lingered longer than usual, and the chemistry was impossible to fake. Crew members whispered, and studio insiders watched closely, sensing something more than scripted romance unfolding right in front of them. Cary Grant didn't hide his admiration. He openly praised Sophia's beauty, talent, and spirit, and at one point, he even proposed marriage. Sophia later confirmed this herself, saying that Cary was serious and sincere. The attention was flattering, overwhelming, and complicated all at once, but the timing was wrong. Sophia was emotionally tied to Carlo Ponti, even though their relationship was still trapped in legal chaos. She found herself torn between two worlds, the stability and loyalty she felt with Ponti and the powerful pull of Cary Grant's affection. It was not a simple decision, and she felt the weight of it deeply. Sophia later explained that she cared for Cary Grant, but she never wanted to live a life built on confusion or divided loyalty. She chose commitment over fantasy, even when the fantasy looked perfect from the outside. That choice defined her in ways the public didn't fully understand at the time. What made the situation even more intense was Hollywood's pressure. Studios watched everything, shaping narratives and pushing images that benefited business, not emotions. Sophia refused to be molded into a scandal headline. She stayed quiet, guarded, and controlled, letting rumors fade on their own instead of feeding them. Years later, she spoke about Cary Grant with genuine affection and respect. She described him as kind, funny, and emotionally generous, someone who treated her with care during a vulnerable period of her life. She made it clear there was no bitterness, only gratitude and honesty. She once said that Cary Grant represented a moment in her life, not a destination. That statement said everything. He symbolized possibility, admiration, and a different path she could have taken but didn't. Sophia understood that not every great connection is meant to last forever. The public spent decades speculating, turning their story into legend. Some called it a missed romance, others a secret love. Sophia finally stripped away the mystery by telling the truth plainly, without exaggeration or drama. She didn't rewrite history, she clarified it. Her reflections showed maturity and self-respect. She acknowledged feelings without glorifying them and honored boundaries without regret. That balance is rare, especially in an industry built on illusion. Looking back, Sophia Loren framed the experience as a test of character. Fame offered temptation, but values guided her decisions. She chose the life that allowed her to sleep peacefully, build a family, and stay true to herself. Now, in her later years, her words carry weight because they come without urgency. There's no need to impress or defend anything anymore. She speaks calmly, honestly, and with emotional clarity that only time can give. The story of Sophia Loren and Cary Grant isn't about scandal alone. It's about choice, restraint, and knowing who you are when the spotlight tries to pull you somewhere else. Cary Grant was already a worldwide icon, famous for his sharp style, smooth wit, and romantic pull. Sophia Loren remembered feeling both nervous and strangely calm around him at the same time. As she once said, Cary had a way of making you feel safe. She described him as the most polished man in any room. Yet with her, he was gentle and almost shy. That contrast stayed with her for life. Their chemistry was impossible to miss, both on and off screen. During the filming of Houseboat in 1958, their natural connection turned into a quiet but intense romantic spark that audiences instantly felt. Nothing felt forced. The tension was soft, real, and effortless, and viewers couldn't get enough of it. Sophia later spoke openly about the emotional bond that grew between them. He was not just a handsome face, she explained. He listened. He really listened. And that is very rare. In an industry driven by ego and competition, Cary's attention and emotional awareness stood out in a big way. She admired his discipline, his professionalism, and the vulnerability he rarely showed the public. Behind the confident image was a man who carried sensitivity and depth, qualities that surprised her and drew her closer. Over the years, rumors swirled that Cary wanted to marry her, and Sophia never denied it. "Yes," he asked me, she admitted softly, making it clear his feelings were real and serious. But life wasn't simple. Cary Grant was older, divorced, and deeply rooted in Hollywood, while Sophia remained strongly tied to Italy and to Carlo Ponti, the man who would become her husband and lifelong partner. "My heart was divided," she said. "I was young, confused, and very much Italian. Family, loyalty, and roots meant everything to her." Despite the tension, Sophia Loren has always stressed that their bond was built on respect, not regret. What we shared was beautiful because it was never spoiled, she reflected. Sometimes the love you do not live is the one that stays pure. She didn't describe Cary Grant as a missed chance, but as a meaningful chapter that helped her grow both personally and creatively. Sophia also spoke with compassion about Cary Grant's inner struggles. He carried sadness with him, she said. He smiled for the world, but inside he was searching for peace. Her words lined up with what later became known about his private battles with insecurity, identity, and the heavy weight of fame. That understanding showed how deep their connection really was. They saw each other beyond the spotlight, beyond the image, and beyond the noise. Now, looking back at 91, Sophia Loren speaks with gratitude instead of longing. I was very lucky, she said. To be loved by Cary Grant, even for a moment, was a gift. She believes age has given her the freedom to speak honestly without fear. When you are young, you protect yourself. When you are old, you protect the truth. In finally sharing her reflections, Sophia Loren offers more than a Hollywood story. She offers a lesson about love, choice, and dignity. Cary Grant remains, in her words, a true gentleman of the heart. And their story, unfinished but untouched, still stands as one of classic cinema's most powerful and respectful near romances. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button if you felt something real, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.